it's all the same. The bikes, they all to blame every day. Working day, all the play. Keep yours ice cold, you hear him start his bike. You almost blow your load. He's Ronnie Mac. On a two-stroke he rides, and he's one hell for 69 in your way, because he's Ronnie Mac. Eating ass all his life, and he's one hell for keeping two strokes up. Whee! 2023, it was a doozy, folks. Ready for 24, but first, we're having our end of the year sale at RonnieMac69.com. We got 20 to 80% off of a lot of the items on the site, including these sweet USA goggles, this sweet 12-pack Ronnie Mac cooler. Man, check that out, it's badass. Toy dirt bike stickers, all sorts of stuff. So make sure y'all go to RonnieMac69.com before the first and get your deals and discounts. Well, what's up, y'all? 2023 has come to a close. So I figured, we'll throw out a video of your uncle's favorite videos that he shot in 2023. Man, we had a good time, We got to hang out with a lot of cool people, got to go a lot of cool places. So, yeah, I figured I'd make a little video and do a little voiceover action and kind of commentate on what I thought about the video and some of this crazy stuff that maybe happened behind the scenes. So, give you guys a little bit of a inside scoop on some of the videos that I shot this year. And, man, I tell you what, we had a blast, man. We got to hang out with a lot of cool people. We got to go to a lot of cool places, man. So freaking, I guess blessed is the right term to use for it. So, 2023, you were freaking rad, and we're looking to do more of that in 2024. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, folks, Uncle Ron calls us Havoc at GT Arenacross. This is a fun one. My buddy Fooligan Blogs came down and helped me film most of this. We had a bitchin' weekend together. But I'd actually broke my hip in December, my hip socket, filming a video with 𝐒𝐞𝐚𝐦 for the Team 69 preview or whatever. So I had not ridden a dirt bike up to this point in 2023. And they asked me to do a little bit of riding and a little match racing with, which was supposed to be just the champion, Michael Hicks. But they put another guy out there with us. And that's where the havoc got caused out there on the course. But, it was still a fun weekend. That was up in Kansas City. We were at that, actually GT Arenacross. We got more of those this year. Oh, here's the race. Yeah, see, the guy kind of he put me up in the second turn. We kind of missed that, but, I just held my line here. I don't feel like that was a dirty pass. I don't feel like I really hurt him or cleaned him out, but, I paid him $69 the next weekend and apologized to him, so it was all good. Another good one, man, I went to Mitch Payton's office, Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and asked him for a dirt bike ride. If anybody's ever been to Pro Circuit, they know that
that means I'm nervous.
It's a famous In-N-Out right up the street, In-N-Out Burger, so we stopped in and grabbed a little bit of food first, talked with fine folks. But to be fair, I was nervous, because, Mitch, let's face it, I'm a dirt bike kid. I looked up to Mitch Payton and that race team for a long time. He's a hero of mine. And I went in there and they always have these stories about riders coming in. Well, I was on my ass and, I had lost both my legs and my arms, and I went in there to Pro Circuit and I begged them for a ride and they gave it to me, and now I'm champion of the world. So I figured, it's like I would go in there and I could get a ride and I could become champion. But yeah, that really didn't work out as planned. I think we could have caught Mitch on a better day. This could have been a whole different video, because he is loose. He likes to have fun. Oh, 69. That's Jimmy Gaddis's bike. Hell yeah. I wanted to scrape that baby up.
I'm here to talk to Mitch. All the four-stroke riders, they travel in groups.
So a bunch of four-stroke riders kissing each other.
Kiss each other in the air.
Gross.
All these guys try to kiss each other when they're racing.
But you can see when Mitch comes out in this video,
really close,
he is not happy right away. You can just tell the vibe of people. right away. And I don't like to be the person who calls stuff and sets stuff up. I'm an improv type of guy, so I just walk in there, whatever Mitch we catch on the day. And I guess the story is he had hired that Carson Carson something. He had hired a replacement rider, and he got hurt. He got hurt testing with them, and he broke something. And he had just found out that his replacement rider had gotten hurt. And then I walked in there asking for a ride. So yeah, I don't think Mitch was very happy with that. But hey, Mitch, I'm gonna give you another opportunity. You see this here video, we're down to come out and give her another shot. We'll set the ramps up out front, just like we did last time, and we'll have a grand old time. Put that 𝐓𝐞𝐚𝐦 on top, baby. You know that. Get that 69 Gaddis for bike ready.
Sounds good.
Still a good video though. Mitch, if you're listening, we did not mean to piss you off. But I'm sure wish you could have just turned it around and, we could have been champions together. After that, we went and did some urban riding. I was out there with 𝐓𝐞𝐚𝐦 when we went out and did the Mitch Payton skit.
Mitch never showed
did a little bit of urban riding, jumping over a little bit of a concrete river.
Yeah, hell yeah, you were
It's funny because when I first took off there, I washed my front end because freestyle guys don't check their tire pressure. They just feeling, oh, it's good. Like 30 pounds of pressure in my front tire. I washed my front end, skinned my elbow up. But I thought they didn't get it on film, but I said it's a good thing you didn't get it on film. Mitch don't want his guys crashing. They're already crashing enough. That's the last thing we want to show him is a big old crash.
So, other than that minor bit at the beginning, I think
great video.
I think we showed our speed out here.
It's a really good time out in California with those guys, dude. 𝐓𝐞𝐚𝐦 is just like, 𝐓𝐞𝐚𝐦's one of the best dudes I've met in a really long time. Hardworking dude, likes to party, likes to have fun, have a good time, loves to send it.
We'll be waiting for that call
all the
from
things
Mitch.
that I like.
Definitely.
69 for life already.
Welcome to the team, Mini Mac. This is a really good one. I don't know, shoot. This would have probably been maybe a couple years ago now. I started seeing this kid post, this Mini Mac kid on Instagram. He was just posted on Instagram like crazy. He had all the stuff, cut fenders, cut helmet. He just kind of a little makeshift thing. So got a hold of him, sent his dad and him some merch, whole family merch and some overalls, stuff like that. And it was just like the videos got better and they were just more into it. So, I was talking back and forth with them and, just kind of understanding their situation, man. These people, Mini Macs, the whole family, they don't come from much money. They just do what they can. They have as much fun as they possibly can with what they got. And for me, I started thinking. I was talking with his dad about bikes and things like that. He couldn't get his 65 running. I said, you know what? Like, I know that it's kind of. This is how I feel like it's progressing. The YouTube world is its own marketing platform, right? You have these mini bike kids and outdoor, that race motocross that they do well. They get sponsored for that, right? They get sponsored for the exposure they're giving the people they're helping out or they're using. So, with me, I figure Mini Mac is just a sensation now. People love him on Instagram. He's really the most popular 65 rider in the country. God, look at little cute. That's Penelope, his sister. God, just such cute kids, too. Wow, really cute video. But anyways, I just decided, Mini Mac, man, he barely ever even raced in his whole entire life. But the kid is just awesome, and he deserves, a brand new Screamin Eagle and deserves a good bike and good equipment because... he helps me out on that end, making this whole thing just bigger and more awesome than ever. So, just being able to go up there and deliver them the 65 and, do all that stuff and seeing the reactions from him and his dad, and they've still been badass ever since. They're actually going to, come race the GT Arenacross with me later on this year in 24. But, man, what a good family. Here's when I gave them the bike.
I got her punched out to 69.
Yeah, he was stoked. He was freaking out. That's what it's all about. I mean, we all race because of the competitive aspect, or we do, you know, Instagram stuff to get the exposure and get people to think, oh man, that's cool, this is what we're doing. But you know, like when you can have the opportunity to give back to somebody, and like that moment will always stick out in my mind as like one of the best moments ever with the Ronnie Mac whole brand and everything. Because man, you just don't get to stoke kids out like that very often. I remember my biggest memory when I was a kid was getting a new bike on Christmas, you know, so hell yeah. Great family, dude. Great dad. James is awesome. James is his father's name. And just watching him interact with both him, or both Mini Mac and Penelope, his daughter, which is also Mini Mac's sister. It's just like, man, he really is a good father. And that's what I'm all about. You know, a dad that's going to take time and spend time with his kids and you know, really just have a blast with your kids, man. That's what he's doing, and man, I respect that. So it gives me more of a reason to help these guys out. That's your little house they live in.
Not that one. That's yours. I'm about to get a new one. Whee!
Oh, what a great vid.
Not bad for a day's work.
Oh, ooh, this is a 𝐓𝐞𝐚𝐦. You know, we had all those videos together with the Mitch Payton one and the 𝐓𝐞𝐚𝐦 and Ronnie Mac freeride video. But when I put them on my channel, I split them up. They were originally released on Colby's channel before we went into Hollywood and did some urban. But as we were riding, yeah, I think it's just right here. He kind of slips up, as you can see. He's pulling off the side there, his arms drooping down, shoulder popped out of socket, man. And you know, I went through that crap a lot when I was I don't know, probably about 6 or 9 years ago. I had to have a big shoulder operation, but man, shoulders just come out sometimes, so we had to put her back in, whoop, and then just carry on with the day, sir. You know, that's another thing, you gotta be tough to do this damn sport. You know, everyone likes to look back and say, oh, if I had the chance to do that and I had the opportunity to do that. But yeah, you know, I'm so glad that I've had the opportunity to do that, and I'm glad that I've obviously been out there and been able to race. But man, it ain't easy. You gotta be a tough bastard. Obviously, I got this on my hand right now. You'll see at the end of the video, I got my x-rays. I just had to get some hardware removed out of my wrist from an old injury. No big deal. Like 6 or 9 day recovery. Get this thing off and I'll be back in action. But what better time to do it now than in the middle of the winter when shit sucks around here. Alright, we made it into Hollywood now. There it is. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Just, you know, people all the time, you think, oh, you do urban ride and it'd be so dangerous, you get busted by the cops. But honestly, you go to a liberal city like LA, like, dude, you can just run the damn city. Nobody even freaking cares. I did some urban riding in OKC recently, and I was really a lot more cautious in OKC than I was in LA because, you know, out there on the West Coast, the cops just let civilians walk all over them. You know, we're riding right by cops on our bikes, like, they're just like, oh, we ain't gonna stop you. Run our country. Whatever. Oh, here we go. There's the Donald Trump star. I mean, so many people, and everyone's just stoked. Everyone's like asking us for pictures and things like that. They probably thought it was a street act. Good stuff. Urban riding is fun. It's something different. I mean, it's really low pace. There's not much big jumping, but it's just like cool little hip spots, cool little shots, really scenic for the videos. You know, and just when you're a kid, you're always like driving down the street looking at like mounds of dirt and like little street curbs. You're like, oh man, I could jump that, or I could downside that, or backside that. You know, it's just a big kidness coming out, I guess. There's old Kobe. Shout out to Colby Raha for letting me borrow that bike. Alright, Ronnie Mac shreds local track in Perth, Australia.
Nothing makes Uncle Ron happy.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. And, you know, I put this video in here because not very often do I get to ride tracks that I'm like just really like, all about and I really love. And this track was one of those tracks. It was just a bitchin' track. This guy, I believe his name is Jason, had owned out there and had all done up, and he built it into a nice little training course for like hardcore racers and stuff like that. It's deep sand, big jumps, got all rough and whooped out. And, you know, not often do I really enjoy a day of riding, but I did, man. That track was a blast. I had somebody let me borrow their bike, and they put 69s on it and everything, but it was a piece of crap. It didn't even have a kickstart on it. And then it had this thing called the TPJ or TPI or TPY, I don't know, some type of different carburetor on it where the bike was shutting off like, I don't know, every lap or every couple laps when I'd ride it hard, it would just shut off. But it didn't have a kickstart on it either, and I don't know, it ran good for a while, but it just wasn't what I was used to. So, but I still had a blast, still a good time. You know, I've been doing that freestyle tour down there. The freestyle tour down there with the Freestyle King boys. So I wasn't riding at all during the week. And then to be able to come out and throw down some laps during the week and be able to ride, especially in a different country, you know, experience that was pretty badass. Shout out to, you know, I don't remember the guy who let me loan me the bike. I forget what his name was, but I think Leighton was the guy who set all that up. So big shout out to him for helping us get that day all set up, because that was a really cool day of riding and filming. Oh yeah, buddy, dig into it. Look at that beautiful berm shot. With the leg drag all the way through. Glorious. You like that body positioning? That's how you get the weight on the rear tire. Another blast. You know, a lot of times people say, oh, those two-strokes are way slower than four-strokes. But I tell you what, it'll take a man to wrestle a two-stroke down too. You wrestle that sucker down with all your might.
Imagine that I'm like 6 or 9 seconds a lap quicker than anybody.
Ah, yeah, this is the owner of the track.
Track's sweet though, man. Hey, this is our track owner right here. You get a shot of him. What's your name, sir? Jason Mac.
Good dude, though. Killer facility. Hell yeah.
You gonna crack one with me? You want to shotgun a beer with me after this? Hell yeah.
Man, we rode quite a bit that day. Tired just watching it.
Yeah, do you ever let off?
No, man, letting off for a bunch of bitches.
Yeah, I think I was trying to explain to everybody how
This is how you adjust your
to
throttle.
use the clutch.
You don't me bump start this fucking piece of shit. You ain't got a fucking Kickstarter on it.
Why would they cut 23 would come with no Kickstarter?
I'll tell you what. The
Yeah, somebody failed to tell me that it was an electric start motorcycle.
I don't even know where they put this one on there. It must be right into the pipe right there.
Yeah.
Some local guy from Perth, I wish I remembered his name, but your uncle's stupid and he's hit his head too many times, but some local pro from Perth was out there riding and he was ripping it up. We got a couple cool shots of him. So shout out to 𝐓𝐞w. Sorry, I don't remember your name. That was Leighton. That guy kind of got us all set up. Fender cutting, always popular at these spots. Man, it's crazy. People come up all the time. They're like, man, like my kid, I walked out of my garage and he cut the fender off his bike and I had to buy a new one. I'm sorry, man. Didn't mean you warping your kids that bad, but I mean, at least he's gonna go faster now. Oh, here we go. Ronnie Mac saves Christmas. This is a good one. I just shot this last week. This is why I've got this on. I was shooting this video, getting my Christmas stuff all set up, and damn, frickin' the wrist started bothering me. I'm like, what the hell's going on with this? I had to go get it checked out. But yeah, what a killer video. We made a good little video out of this. Kind of shot it super quick, but it ended up working out good. Did it all like camera phone style too. We just didn't really have a videographer to use, so we just kind of like runned and gunned it. Had my buddy, one of my buddy Chan Baker. He races pro Arenacross, doing pretty well this year actually. He had a day off, so he helped me drag ramps around town and film once we got into OKC, and we're kind of like talking with the bums and giving things out. But yeah, I think the video turned out good. In the video, Casey was filming that right there, and she was pretty sure I was gonna go straight into the street, so you can hear her like, 3 cars! This is a cool little, this kind of gave me a little bit of a kick. Whoa, little no-footed whip kick. But at this point in time, my wrist was hurting so freaking bad, because I'd already ridden a little bit, and it was just like, ugh, not good. But it was good, man. Bums are stoked. I mean, everybody's just pumped when you give them stuff and give them warm clothes, a beer here or there. Oh yeah. It was kind of lucked out. Nobody was over there on the Ferris wheel because it was a little bit cold that day. So we were able to get in and out of there without anybody getting onto us too bad. Yeah, this guy here at the end, he was super cool. Man, there's just certain people, you know, that, man, they just must have had a bad card dealt to them at one point in time, because they're good people. They just, man, I don't know, they just couldn't quite figure it out, I don't think. And this guy seemed really nice, and he was so generous, and just like, oh, anything I do for you, and obviously I'm giving him stuff too, but, you know, just a good dude. Said he was going home for Christmas for the first time in like 25 years, so he was happy. But yeah, freaking I barely made it through the dang video with my arm, and I'm just thinking like, man, what the hell am I gonna do? I gotta get this thing checked out. I got a freestyle tour next month in Australia. Like, I got a bunch of shit. I got GT Arenacross later on this year. Like, I can't have this thing bugging me. But it ended up being one of my old 𝐓𝐞𝐚𝐦, or one of my old wrist surgeries that I had. My screw started backing out, and it was backing out into my arm bone. It was coming out and just loosening up and smashing into it. I'll pull it up on the screen here in a little bit, right there. So my screw's just backing out into my arm. So yeah, they yanked that out. The doctor was like, hey man, give it like 6 or 9 days rest, let the swelling go out of it, and you know, you're good to go. You'll be good to rip it up. So only a short time off for your uncle. It'll be good.
Whee! 2023,
well,
it was a doozy, folks.
I hope y'all enjoyed the voiceover. I don't know what this asshole's talking about. Probably some sale. But till next time, folks. See you in 24.
These sweet USA goggles. This sweet 12-pack Ronnie Mac cooler. Man, check that out. That's badass. Toy dirt bike stickers, all sorts of stuff. So make sure y'all go to ronniemac69.com before the 1st and get your deals and discounts